Hello, everyone, and welcome to Life in Words. How's your English learning journey going? I hope it's going great. Today, we're going to learn English with an amazing and truly interesting story. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more great content. Are you ready? Let's begin.
Have you ever felt that your dreams were too big or too impossible? Imagine being born into a life where you were overlooked, underestimated, and told by everyone around you that your dreams were out of reach. Now imagine that you not only achieved your dreams but surpassed all expectations to become one of the most powerful rulers in history. This is the incredible story of Catherine the Great, a woman who rose from humble beginnings to reshape the course of history. Catherine the Great was born, Sophie Friederike Augusta von Anhalt-Zerbst, on May 2, 1729, in Stettin, a small town in the Kingdom of Prussia, now Szczecin, Poland. Her family, though royal in title, lacked wealth and significant power. Her father, Prince Christian August of Anhalt-Zerbst, was a minor German prince, and her mother, Johanna Elisabeth, was a princess. But they were not wealthy like other European royalty. Despite their modest means, Catherine's parents had grand ambitions for their daughter. Her mother, in particular, hoped to secure a marriage for Sophie with someone of higher rank, ideally the Russian royal family. Sophie's early life was far from the grandeur she would later experience. She grew up in a small, modest house, but she was determined not to let her humble beginnings define her future. From a young age, Catherine showed a natural curiosity and intelligence. She quickly became known for her love of learning. She studied multiple languages, and her passion for literature and history helped her develop a keen understanding of the world. Her mother's hopes for her future were already taking shape, even though Sophie couldn't have known at the time how extraordinary her life would become. At the age of 14, Catherine's life took a dramatic turn when her mother arranged for her to marry the heir to the Russian throne, Peter III, who was the grandson of Tsar Peter the Great. This marriage was seen as a chance for Catherine to rise to power. She moved to Russia and left her family behind, prepared to marry into one of the most powerful families in the world. Upon her arrival in Russia, Sophie was given the Russian name Catherine to better fit in with the local culture. The journey was long and difficult, but she was determined to prove herself worthy of the position she was about to occupy. She was introduced to the court of Empress Elizabeth, the aunt of her future husband, and immediately noticed the stark contrast between the pomp and splendor of the Russian court and her simple upbringing in Prussia. However, her new life was not the fairy tale she had imagined. Peter III, the man she was supposed to marry, was immature, selfish, and obsessed with his own power. He had little interest in ruling, and his inability to connect with the Russian people made him unpopular. Catherine, on the other hand, was intelligent, charming, and ambitious, qualities that would serve her well in the years to come. As Catherine settled into the Russian court, she realized that her marriage to Peter was unlikely to be the path to power that she had hoped for. The Russian royal family was in turmoil, and Peter's reign was proving to be weak. He was out of touch with the people, and his decisions were often erratic. Catherine, meanwhile, began to attract the attention of key figures in the Russian military and nobility. Realizing that she could not rely on Peter for her future, Catherine began to cultivate alliances with influential members of the court. She carefully studied Russian politics, learning how the system worked and how she might one day take advantage of the situation. Catherine was determined to make her mark on history, and she knew that she would need to act when the time was right. During this time, Catherine's personal life became a topic of gossip and scandal. She was rumored to have several lovers, which, while scandalous, also served to further solidify her alliances with powerful men in Russia. These relationships were more than just personal. They were strategic moves, and Catherine was calculating in her actions. In 1762, the moment Catherine had been preparing for arrived. Peter III, after making a series of unpopular decisions, was overthrown in a coup d'état, which was led by Catherine and supported by her allies in the military. Peter, who had alienated much of the Russian nobility and military, was imprisoned. He was later murdered under suspicious circumstances. Some even believe that Catherine was involved in his death, although the details remain unclear. With Peter out of the picture, Catherine took control of the Russian Empire. Her rise to power was swift and efficient. Catherine's supporters were loyal and helped secure her reign, ensuring that she was able to solidify her position as Empress of Russia. She was crowned Catherine II, officially becoming Catherine the Great. Once in power, Catherine wasted no time in implementing her vision for Russia. She was determined to be more than just a monarch. She wanted to be a ruler who would leave a legacy of reform, culture, and military strength. She began by reforming the government, modernizing Russia's legal system, and improving the education system. Catherine also expanded the empire's borders, turning Russia into one of the most powerful countries in Europe. Catherine's reign was marked by a series of reforms that would change Russia forever. She worked to modernize the Russian government, replacing outdated systems with more effective ones. She also introduced new laws and policies that would make life better for the Russian people. But Catherine wasn't just a politician. She was a visionary who sought to make Russia one of the greatest empires in the world. Under her leadership, Russia expanded its territory significantly. Catherine led successful campaigns against the Ottoman Empire and Poland, securing important territories and solidifying Russia's power in Europe. These military victories helped bolster her image as a strong and capable leader, even as she worked to improve the lives of ordinary Russians. She also worked tirelessly to increase Russia's influence in world affairs. Her diplomatic skills and political savvy made her a force to be reckoned with. Catherine became an important figure in European politics, and many European monarchs saw her as a powerful and wise ruler. Catherine was not only focused on military expansion and political reform, she also had a deep love for the arts. She was an avid patron of the arts and believed that culture and education were essential for the prosperity of Russia. Catherine surrounded herself with great minds, including philosophers like Voltaire and Diderot, and she established the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg, which would become one of the world's greatest cultural institutions. Under her rule, Russia became a hub of art, music, literature, and philosophy. She supported Russian writers, poets, and artists, helping to elevate Russian culture to international prominence. Her support of education and intellectual pursuits helped to create a more enlightened society in Russia. But Catherine's contributions to culture were not confined to Russia alone. She played a significant role in spreading the ideals of the Enlightenment throughout Europe. She exchanged letters with leading thinkers of the time, and her policies reflected the growing influence of Enlightenment thought. Catherine the Great ruled for 34 years, making her one of the longest reigning monarchs in Russian history. By the time she passed away in 1796, Russia had become one of the most powerful empires in Europe. Under her leadership, Russia expanded its territory, strengthened its military, and became a cultural and intellectual powerhouse. Catherine's legacy is still felt in Russia today. She is remembered as a woman who overcame the odds to become one of the most influential rulers in history. Catherine the Great was a true visionary, and her reign forever changed the course of Russian history. Her legacy as one of the most important female rulers in history continues to inspire people around the world. Epilogue. What can we learn from Catherine the Great? Catherine's story is one of resilience, intelligence, and determination. She proves that no matter where you start in life, with hard work and perseverance, you can rise above your circumstances and achieve greatness. Her ability to navigate the complex world of politics, her courage in the face of adversity, and her dedication to improving her country are qualities we can all learn from. Catherine the Great was more than just an empress. She was a woman who shaped the world around her. Her story is a reminder that no dream is too big and no challenge too great. With the right vision and the will to succeed, anything is possible.